What's up, my friends? Thanks for checking out episode 2 of Ableton Live Chess. Today, my special guest is Brooklyn, New York-based producer, Mr. Birocratic. My good friend Brandon, he's a super talented sampling-based hip-hop beat maker. He is a fantabulous bass player, and he also writes the theme music for the Dissect podcast. Super cool musical podcast. Check that out. If you're unfamiliar with Ableton Live Chess, let's dig into the rules again real quick, and we'll go from there. So here's the rules. If I have the first move, I work on scene 1 in session view. When it's your turn and I'm done, then you duplicate my scene and you work on scene 2. You can edit what I've done, you can delete it, you can change it, and you can add your own thing. Then when it comes back to me, I duplicate scene 2, which was yours, and I work on scene 3. We each get 5 moves and we see what we can do within a finite amount of time. Episode 2, featuring from Brooklyn, New York, Birocratic.
Hey.
My man, what's going on today?
Nothing too much. Just been sitting here for the most part.
Nice. Tell us about your apartment.
My apartment is, it's advertised as a 1.5 bed. If y'all have been to New York before, you know what a half bedroom is.
It's really a closet.
Yeah, it's basically a closet or like a glorified hallway.
Right.
Like an alcove. So what I did was I moved during the pandemic. I was like, you know what, I want a spot by myself and like love my roommates, but like also love, having my own spot. So moved into this place, got a whole studio with a door, which feels like I'm moving up in the world. And so I can like shut the door if I want to. Today I don't want to because it's warm out and I need some cross ventilation.
Nice. Nice. Cool. So I'm going to tune up here. I got to mute it out. And you had this beautiful little bell thing. So let's actually listen to that real quick. All right. So scene 1 is you. Anything you want to tell us about these bells?
Yeah. They're from my DX7.
Really?
DX7. Yeah.
You got a real DX7?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was selling one for really cheap on Facebook or on Craigslist a couple months ago, and I was like, I want it. And I offered him like way more than asking. He was like, you don't have to. It's like, okay.
What a guy.
Now it's here.
All right, so here's your DX7 loop, kind of an E minor thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Lots of space, right?
Lots of space.
Wait for it. Oh, and you get the little reverse.
Yeah, little thingy.
For suspense. Okay, so that was your move. My move, I'm going to do some guitars because, of course. I got my little 11 rack here, which since you're going to have this set, you feel free to steal and throw in your user library or whatever.
Ooh, I can't plagiarize like that, Derek.
Let me turn down my buffer size here. There we go. So I got my 60s surf setting. 8 bars. Here we go. All right, so
dominant at the end there.
Well, down at the end. So what I'm gonna need to do is tweak your clip, but here it's in repitch mode. Fancy guy. So I'm just going to resample that. So new track in from track 1. And we're gonna do a little recording. Change up your last notes. That's a little loud, right? I'm going to throw it in arrangement mode just real quick. This last little chord, I'm going to match them up so it'll be... Yeah, good. All right, so now I'm going to consolidate this clip here.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you playing along at home, that's Command J. Consolidate.
Love it.
All right. So, and I'm just going to give you a gratuity here of the chords. Basically, Autumn Leaves in E minor.
Right.
And so, it's kind of a long chord progression, but I was thinking, maybe at some point one of us would like chop this up and take part of it or something.
Could be a cool idea.
All right. So that is my move. So I'm going to save it. Go over here to Splice.
Damn, pretty fast.
Submit to you.
Cool.
Brought to you, Ableton Chess, brought to you by Ableton Live and Splice. Let's hope. Not officially, off the record.
Mm-hmm. I mean, realistically, it wouldn't happen without them.
Right. Yes. So technically I wasn't lying.
Yes. All right. Downloading now. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Okay, so that's not my full move. What I'm going to do for all you Ableton heads out there.
And also, for those of you watching at home, you can do, really, people say, what constitutes a move? It's just a meaningful difference. So it could be, this could be enough. Even you turning down my delay could have been enough. You could write 12 minutes worth of music as well. So it's pretty open.
Thank you for reminding me that really the sky's the limit here. But let's mess around with this. This could be fun to do some stuff with.
So now you're in a simpler.
In a simpler, exactly. So all I did here was I just recorded this pretty raw, opened up a new MIDI track where I have my default MIDI track containing a blank simpler device for the heads. Good idea. And I just dragged this clip right in there. Over to slice mode, so it's going to detect all the transients of all the things going in here. And then that automatically maps to your keyboard. So,
killer.
What we got here.
What a great way to work.
What do you know? Actually sounds better than I thought it would. Okay. So all I did here was just pitch it down 12 semitones. Not that it matters because it's percussive, so it doesn't have to be an octave, but it sounds pretty good down there, so. Ooh, that's like a volleyball sound.
Yeah. Flying Lotus would totally use that. Whoa! Look out.
There's stuff in here. Alright. Let's see what we got. Alright, my computer's huffing and puffing here. Let's see if we can do that again. Okay.
Love it, dude.
Thank you. I'm glad. I'm going to... Ooh, that's a new feature. Highlight scales. I've never seen that before. So I'm going to quantize that lightly by repeatedly hitting my my quantize key. I have my settings here, so it just like nudges things towards the 16th. So...
That's a cool technique.
Do you do that?
Not the way that you do it. That's cool. I start with, I go like 16th notes around 70% is kind of like where I normally start.
Gotcha.
You know,
Gotcha.
just a little nip and tuck.
I do it really lightly because I like just like jamming on keys a lot. So I'm like, and then like the 25% adds up.
Interesting. So you just keep doing it.
Basically, yeah, it's like a smaller gradient. So just slowly, you kind of like watch the notes kind of like hurtle towards the 16th note, but you can stop as you go along.
Fascinating.
Isn't it? All right, let's call this drum beat.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm going to save. I'm actually going to collect all and save. And then what do I have to do? I got to go over to splice, right? And then
hit submit.
Just hit submit. Cool.
We are just cruising along here.
Dude. Got ideas spilling out left and right.
Man, oh man.
All right.
We're gonna have a full album by the end of this session.
Hey, I mean, wouldn't be a bad thing.
No, I agree.
All right.
All right. Back to me. So now Cloud 2. All right, I got a couple ideas. I eventually want to take part of this tune and make it like a smaller chop, but not just yet.
We'll get there. Got some back before you start.
Yeah. Part of me wants to do this. You got like all the slappy drum stuff, right?
I do.
What if we did like, I'm bringing the slappy kit using 128s. What if we take your beat, put it on top of the slappy?
Copy it over.
Yeah, and so here's your snare. And what was that? I think
It's like an extra snare. It's like a secondary.
Right. Okay. So far we got. Do you have PSP Vintage Warmer?
I do.
Excellent. Yeah, and so this uses 128s, which I know what you know what they are, but for those at home, it's using sampler, so you can load multiple samples into a tune like this. And watch now, if I go to sample, it'll show all the different kicks, and then here in this pitch, watch, I can listen the forest through the trees with the 128s. In my opinion, is that you can change sounds in real time and hear them in musical context. Because what happens is people sift through 67 snares and they find one and then they bring it in and it actually doesn't work for the song. Cool, that's good. I think I'm going to add a little bit of Rhodes and then maybe set up a MIDI keyboard during your next move.
For sure. Wow.
So,
very meaningful.
Yes.
Also, quick shout out to Stolen Drums, who made the slappy drum packs.
Yes.
Awesome guy. He's got a great community.
Yeah, are you part of that?
Peripherally, yeah. Like I've been in the Discord for a while, and it's called Sidechain Society.
Right.
And it's an amazing, like, really tight community of beat producers. A lot of sample-based hip-hop too, which is like my jam for sure.
Right.
And, yeah, Chris, just like awesome guy. Always streaming, always creating content, and videos, and tutorials, and conversation.
Right. Totally.
Yeah.
Speaking of, show y'all at home, the last time you and I were on stage,
was that
was together, and here it is. So I made us a little helpful diagram here.
I see that.
Soul Food Horns, me, you, Dylan Witherow, Ian Ewing, and my computer on 2%. What I didn't tell anybody this because I didn't want to like jinx it, but like I went to plug in my guitar and I had set up my computer while Ian played the set before me, and somebody knocked my power out. And so like my computer was like on 1 when I started my set. And it was like one of those things like everybody, like the guys were on stage ready to go. And so I was like, and it worked.
Wow.
Couldn't believe it. So
it worked as in you didn't even have to plug it in. It just went.
Well, no, I plugged it back in, but I didn't know if like halfway through the first tune, it was going to have to like reset. I was just kind of hoping for the best. I mean, it was 1 a.m. in New York. It didn't really matter that much, but
the audience was like 90% homies anyway.
90% homies that have been drinking for like 6 hours because because it started so early, you know.
70 artists playing.
Exactly. Here we go.
All right.
All right. Forgot to put it in moderato, so we just go right to it. Let's hear everything. Cool. I feel like maybe at some point we could have some kind of Brazilian kind of, but I'm going to say that's my move. So, and feel free to talk to the audience. I'm going to unplug my headphones just for a sec. Feel free to talk bad about me or something like that.
Happen. Oh my God, this fucking guy, Derek. Jesus. Invite me on his show. That's all I have to say. He's a great guy. Love Derek. Always have. Derek's a homie. When I flew into Austin for my last tour with Young Bay, I was supporting Young Bay for like a month, and I was doing it myself. So I just play by myself. I have like a little setup with Ableton and like this controller over here, which you can kind of see. It's called a MIDI Fighter Twister, and I got that, and I got some keyboards and bass, and I'm going on tour, and I'm like nervous. Like I'm about to spend a month on the road with a bunch of people I never met before. Like it's kind of like a big deal for me. And Derek, the homie that he is, I pull up from the airport. I'm chilling in the mall. He gets off of work. He comes up, grabs me. We go to a show. We watch Flaming Ghosts play at the Parish. Awesome venue, awesome show. And then homie just takes me back to his like compound outside of Austin. And I spend the first night of this tour basically among chickens and children, and it was a beautiful start to the tour. So thank you. I was telling everybody about you hosting me before the start of my my tour with Young Bay.
Oh, nice.
And how it
set the time. It set the vibe for the tour.
Yeah, it did. It was like, well, I also live in New York, right? So I don't spend much time around nature. Certainly don't spend that much time with chickens.
Right. Or children.
Or children, yeah, as it were. Don't see too many 7-year-olds in my day-to-day.
Right.
So yeah, it was great. It was like a little mini vacation. Then we got on the road, and it was not the same from that point forward.
Right. Then you're in bars for 8 hours a day.
Literally in bars or a bus for 8 hours a day. All right. So. Right, so we're in E, A, D, G, C. Okay, that's fairly straightforward, I guess.
Circle of fifths, more or less.
All right.
Sick.
Cool. Not feeling too strongly one way or the other about like either of these 8-bar sections, but I'm just gonna take it to number 1 there.
Nice.
Feeling it.
So tell us about your signal flow here. Your bass is, what's that, P bass?
Yeah, this is a P bass. It's an old P bass. It's got flats on it, so it's very very dark sounding. I can't like get any like spank out of it. Actually, sounds hilarious if I try to slap. Like, it's just very dark. So I use it for kind of like thumpy. I do a lot of like muting and like Town Jamerson type. It's going through a universal audio signal chain because I have the Thunderbolt Apollo. It's going through a Fatso, which is like a compressor tape emulator type deal. It's compressing the hell out of it. Here we go. So you can see like 7 to 10 dB of gain reduction. Quite heavy.
That's why it sounds so fat and you got so much sustain.
Exactly. And then this guy's going through. This is actually, you recommended this to me. I had it the other way around, but you were like, no, compression before the amp.
Before the amp, right. Which
I really like. So since the time we did a call, I think sometime during like the fall.
Yep.
And yeah, since then I've been really about it. So I actually cut a lot of the like low bass out of this. I really kind of like it to be mid-heavy.
Okay.
Like scratchy kind of sounds.
So like frequency wise, what do you cut out?
Frequency wise, I don't really approach it that way. I just kind of have these settings set up. So it's kind of boosted here. I've got ultra high and ultra low. I've just kind of found that works for me. And coming in through the bright input. So it's like a guitar.
So that's a Brainworks preset that's part of the UAD. So it was like an add-on plugin that you got.
Correct.
Cool. How much is that? Do you remember?
This guy, I think this was... I don't remember buying it. I think it came with the interface. But this is like a crappier version of the SVT VR Pro, which has more settings. So this
was the Fatso an add-on, or did that come with it?
Fatso I purchased separately. Okay. Yeah.
I'm wondering if I have that MPEG and I'm just not using it. So
definitely should check it out if you have it.
This is very educational for me.
There you go. Hey. Always knowledge flying back and forth.
Totally.
Cool. So that's that, man. Really simple signal chain. I like to keep it pretty dry and straightforward.
Nice. Cool.
At least with that one. And yeah. And then I'll do some like mixing and EQing after the fact, as the mix comes together, but try not to touch it too much.
Right. So, whenever you're done with your move, I want you to start my next move for me.
Okay.
So, but you can keep going on your move if you still got some stuff left.
All right. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
D-Rock, do you have LFO tool?
I think I do.
The Xfer records.
Yeah.
Cool.
I almost never use it, but I think I have it.
Word. Okay. Love this thing. I've probably used this plugin on like 80% of my songs in some fashion.
Nice.
You get this really nice effect where you can just kind of like duck the very beginning.
Should you put this on the Rhodes? It's basically like a sidechain.
In effect, yeah.
It's nice.
Too into the mixing, but let's call that a day. Let's call that a move.
All right, so duplicate yours.
Yeah,
I do this with my students sometime. Which kind of a fun thing. I'm like, you're gonna do my move. like I'm the producer and you're the engineer. Here's what I hear, and I don't know how to do it.
Dude, I actually just did that for the first time last week with one of my students. It was like so much fun.
Totally.
We did a whole track that way. It was a blast. So
nice.
I'm down. Very, very down.
Sometimes it's fun to be like an old school producer too. Like, I need it more purple.
Exactly. And then you just trade back and forth. You're like, all right, now you get to be the dick.
Right. Right, exactly.
Tell me what to do. Show me all the shortcomings in your ability to describe what you want.
All right, so for my move, what I want to do.
Yes.
Can you make me a bass line that just goes E minor to A minor, like a bar each?
Yes.
Feel free to make it a longer phrase though, so you can like change it up so it's not just a short loop.
Right.
And then will you chop that guitar or whatever you want to do with the guitar to make it the first 2 minutes? If you want to like actually chop it in sampler, or if you just want to make a smaller loop.
Okay.
And then hand it to me and I'll throw some percussion on it.
Cool. So it's like, let's call this Birocratic.
Woo!
You know?
Exactly. Although Cloudchord also has like a nice ring to it.
Mm. We'll do, when we reverse order.
Right.
All right. So as we said before, I kind of built my chops with sampling. So I love throwing things into simpler and just like around. Messing around. So let's get this guy all set up. And I want the Rhodes. This is the first 2 bars. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do here, actually, I'm gonna try to get a little fancy, is I'm going to group these together, if temporarily.
Nice.
Create another track and just bounce them down as one, so I can sample.
Oh yeah, you do both.
Yeah, kind of treat it like a record with multiple things going on at the same time. So I think that's actually really interesting.
Yeah. Also, that's kind of a cool like producing teachable moment is like committing to sounds, because it's so easy to like keep the MIDI patch open with all the EQ on it, but like when you commit, then there's no going back. I mean, technically there is, because you just save it as a new session, which I do anyways. But for the creative purposes, you're committing to the idea and you're moving on, and you can't like continue to go into Fab Filter Pro Q3 and do a -6 notch at 427 or whatever.
All those things that are so great and healthy for the creative process. You just from falling down that rabbit hole. Exactly. So yeah, I'm a big proponent of that too. Like, so I do lessons on occasion. Derek actually helped me kind of get off the ground. Thanks for sharing those resources this week too, by the way.
Oh yeah, totally. Hope they helped.
I'm looking forward to looking into them. But committing is like one of the biggest things that I'm a proponent of too, because you just have endless ability in Ableton to really quickly resample stuff that you're making. And I think when you get like 1 or 2 layers deep is when shit starts getting really interesting. You start messing with sounds that you never expected to be able to make.
Right. Speaking of committing to things too, one of the things I like to do is if I'm in the end of a session, like say you wake up and you spend like an hour or 2 on a tune, and then you want to go on a bike ride, I always render at the end of it and put it in a folder. That's my personal flow, because I love to, at different times, go through and hit the space bar and just like listen to all these beats I made without having to open them in the DAW. And for me as a producer, that's been really helpful to help like find albums or EPs that coalesce together. These songs are clearly siblings. That's not, but if you have to open the DAW, it's way too slow of a process. Come home from the bar after a couple beers and you're like, oh, my shit sounds kind of good. If you just hit the space bar,
Right. It's a lot easier when you just open the Dropbox folder with all of your beats in it.
Right. Exactly.
You're out and you can show all your homies and be like, yeah.
All right. So what do you think?
I think it's time to go. So, just for signal flow purposes, in case anyone didn't catch this, what I did was I took the guitar and the Rhodes here. I grouped them, just a little Command G action. So I've got them being routed to this group here called sample, and then I've set that sample group as the input for this track over here.
Nice.
That's how we're rocking, and then I'm gonna record. I really kind of just need the first like 2 bars.
Yep.
But I'm gonna record the full 8 anyway, just in case you want to come back to it. We can
Great idea.
Let's do it. Alrighty. So you said for your move you wanted to go just kind of like the E to A, the E minor to A minor situation.
Yeah, essentially like a bureaucratic, that kind of thing.
Hot. That was hot. Really sick.
Not singing it in.
I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna see what I can do, but
Do your thing.
I don't know if I can scat like that. Making me uncomfortable, Derek.
I don't know if I can scat like that.
You just did. All right.
Not when the red light's on, though.
Oh God. All right. So what I've got here is the full 8 bars, and I've loaded up this sample that I recorded into a new track now that has simpler on it, and then just threw that sample in there, and slice mode will auto detect those transients. And I'm gonna mess with the sensitivity because a lot of times if it's all the way up at 100, the chops are gonna be a little too small.
Hey, can you hit the unfold button on the simpler so it brings it up higher? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Of course. Sorry.
Then all the fans can see what's up.
Yeah, exactly. All you guys on mobile out there, I see you. Haven't forgotten about you. 80% of media is consumed.
Right.
So yeah, so I typically I just like throw it in here and I just play around with sensitivity until I find a couple chops that I like. That is. Let's see what we can do here.
It's pretty cool.
This is like a philanthrope move to just like fade in your samples.
Oh yeah.
He'll do that on lots of tracks, especially with piano, just like that, like it just makes everything sadder.
Right.
Somber, very somber move, but it can be cool on like some rhythmic stuff too. Dude, honestly, I think I'm gonna go with just Rhodes for now.
Okay.
I think that's the way to do it. So I'm gonna bring in this frozen Rhodes here. Same deal.
Love it.
Sweet. Alright, so let's try that. Okay. Not the most stunning part I've ever added, but it'll work. Just quantizing this clip a little bit here, just like gradually. Alright, let's go Rhodes chop. Delete that track here. And then you said you also wanted some bass, yeah?
Yeah.
Do some bass. Off the chords again. I'm joking.
What did you say?
What were the chords again?
Right.
All right. Cool. So made a little 8-bar phrase out of that, so it doesn't get too stale after the 2-bar chord chain. And let's just hear how that sounds. But I think that's your move. I'm gonna do one thing quick.
Yeah.
You have RC20? You have.
Yep.
You have to have RC20. I'm just gonna cut out some of the mid here.
Good call.
It's a very mid-heavy part. Space.
Dig it.
All right. Saving. Oh, I shouldn't have to collect all, should I? I'll do it anyway.
Yeah, just try it. Just in case. All right, so my move. This is an interesting little thing that we had here, which, we can have a shared move that does not necessarily make up for one of our own moves.
True.
Meaning a round could be 3 moves. You know what I also think would be cool, which we should do sometime, is like 3 or 4-way chess, like a group call. That could be interesting.
I agree. It'd be fun. A little game of telephone.
Yeah, essentially.
Like
Twitter telephone. Okay, so my thoughts here. Throw it on the samba here. At the bottom. Just put it on one of these circuits here and give it a little drive. And maybe we even... The new chorus. Kind of like the new chorus because... I like it a lot because it has the vibrato. Do some cool... It's essentially an LFO, Okay, and then one more thing. Do you have Massive?
I do. I don't have Massive X, but I have the old version.
Yeah, exactly. That's my move. What I'll do is have it just play once. So like beginning of the section maybe does it, That sound could definitely wear out its welcome, right?
I could feel that.
Right.
Feel that happening.
Okay. 2 more moves each.
Oh, that's it? We only get 5?
Well, I mean, we could keep going. But
I thought we were making a whole album. All right.
I'm not so sure about those bells. I might need some Biro fix up.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about them either, to be 100%.
Maybe your move is just turning it off.
I feel the pressure now, knowing that we only have 2 moves left. Like there's work that needs to be done here.
There is work. You can, anytime after move 3, you can go to arrangement.
Got it. Okay, didn't know that. That's cool. All right, and we are downloading Chess Test with Cloudy, although it is no.
As I said earlier, anytime after move 3, you can also drink.
Is that so?
No pressure.
I'll join you in a sec.
You know what's funny is the older people get, the earlier they start drinking. Like my neighbor plays acoustic, like folk bluegrass music. And so one time she hollered at me to play like backup guitar and mandolin for her at this old folks home. Mm-hmm. The set was at 2. At an old folks home, that's happy hour. 2 p.m. Because they're asleep by 8. You know, dinner's at like 4:30.
Right. Well, and your body clock probably wakes you up at like 5 a.m. every day.
Yeah, exactly. It was pretty funny. It was like, that was a big aha. I was like, wow, this is old person's happy hour.
This is life.
2 o'clock.
This is life.
Right?
That's awesome. So, I can't claim to be quite there yet, but you know what? It's 6 o'clock here, so it's well into happy hour. It's like happy hour is almost over. Here's the interesting thing. I'm sure you're seeing this. Samba 5.4 at go-go 149 ppm .wave did not somehow make it into the project file.
Maybe we don't need it.
And I'm going to take that as a sign from the universe.
Yeah.
And just
do it. So maybe just delete that track.
Yeah. It's going bye-bye. I was going to do that anyway, so. Or I was going to mess with it a little bit, but that just made my job easier. Okay. Let's see. I want that to hit earlier.
Excellent.
All right, I feel like we need some high percussion. So
that's what I was searching for with the other one, but I just came up blank.
It's okay. Sometimes we misfire. Mm-hmm. We've got. Do you have addictive drums?
I don't.
You don't. Okay. I'll make sure I freeze this. But addictive drums is great. Excellent Audio makes it. They also make addictive keys and RC20 and DS10 drum shaper. But they have a really good sort of like realistic drum multi-sample Gaddy, and it goes like this.
Nice.
Nice for getting some good like realistic hat sounds. That's how I like to use it. So let's see what we do. Okay, somewhere in there.
Excellent.
I'll loop these 4 bars. There's one moment in there I didn't super love, but let's see. Hey, caught a little lag there. And just hit quantize once, just nudge everything a little bit closer. And I want some velocity happening here because it got a little boring there. Let's go there. it's a little bright and like poking out of the mix for me. So I'm gonna pull the pitch down. That still lags just a little bit too much for my taste. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Alrighty, I'm gonna freeze that so you can have a compatible sesh.
Nice.
And flatten. Alright, let's hear that. Do a little something else with that lead there. Throw on like a little auto pan situation. Do you have sound toys?
I do.
Echo Boy.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Echo Boy Jr. As it were.
Sound Toys is great.
Love me some sound toys.
Burlington, Vermont. That's where they're out of.
That makes sense. The crunchy plugins.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Love it.
That's my turn.
So let's try this. This is a fun thing I like to do when I like teach at colleges and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we got how many scenes here? Not including yours, or let's just include yours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Let's start with the one that we have the drum beat on, just for time purposes.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go through each one, and I'm going to record them. So let me get down here. So it's going to be, like, let's see, third one. So check it out. Next one. So you start thinking about arrangement of like, what do I hear here? What'd you say?
I could hear some like Brazilian percussion there. Or
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
something like that.
Let me go back to that one. So. Next one. It's a tune. I'm gonna let it go one more time. Cool. All right, so what I'm going to do, one more thing for my move. So essentially I threw it into arrangement, part of my move. And I'm going to do like some G-funk guitar kind of stuff for like this is where we're really like cooking with grease right around now. Right?
Yeah. Derek got the Crisco out.
Got the Crisco out. You know, a lot of times when I'm making beats, I will do like one big scene that has a ton of shit into it, like way too much.
Okay.
And then I'll duplicate the scene and take stuff out and do an arrangement that way.
Never thought of doing it that way.
So that's another thing I do with like when I give presentations at colleges or whatever, and I got like 60 minutes. I'll make just an incredibly dense scene. I'll be like, you know, like 10 tracks. That's a 4-bar loop.
Right.
And then I'll duplicate it and just like eliminate things. And then it was like, look, here's what you can do with a dope 4-bar loop. You can get 2 minutes out of it.
There you go. Creating chaos.
Exactly.
As it were.
So let's do this guy right here. So we're now opening up my third party guitar rack, which has all kinds of stuff in it.
Wow, let's go. The CPU killer.
Right?
Love that.
See, I'm on a desktop, so it's not bad. And Command Option P allows you to get rid of all of those.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? Tweak this. The Guitar Rig auto filter. My favorite Ottawa. Sorry, Qtron. I tried to give you the love.
Sounds great.
One other trick. Let's do a little quick harmony. I'm good. All right, so we'll call that WA 1 and 2.
Sick. I don't have amplitude, so amplitude.
I'm gonna freeze it.
I need to freeze that. All right, so share this. All right,
for his final move, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh God, pressure's on. Look at this. Look at this arrangement development over time. Just gets bigger and bigger.
Sure does.
All right, so I'm thinking we don't really have the time to make a B section. I don't really have the moves, but let's see.
Oh yeah.
Here's a little of that magic that I was talking about before. So this
Oh wait,
is,
hang on.
yeah.
There's a twist to your final move.
Oh,
1 sec.
yeah. I love
Talk to the audience.
Okay. So I was walking down the street the other day. Nothing happened. So I have this master effects chain here that sits on my master. I've got these like little knobs over here that are just out of view. And I use this to add some like performance effects. Kind of like a la the SP404. We've got some like filters, some beat repeats, beat stutter, like that kind of thing. I've got a reverb on it that I don't use a ton, but it's fun, and then a little DJM filter as well. So I can show you as we go. This might even be my move, as a matter of fact.
All right, real quick.
Yeah.
Right or left?
Let's go left.
Left. So my right. Okay. Top or bottom?
Bottom.
Okay. Be less critical more often. That is your Brian Eno musical horoscope. See if you can incorporate that into your final move. Be less critical more often.
Be less critical more often. That you basically just summed up my therapy. So, thanks, universe. Well, I feel like we've done a pretty good job of being very anti-critical this whole time. That's one of the beautiful things about chess is you're just adding and never doubting. So,
right.
Let's do it. Let's do it right. Let's keep going. I'm gonna throw some effects on the master, I think.
Very cool.
So what I do here, just make sure that automation is enabled. I'm also gonna H so I can just see the whole arrangement there. Yada yada. Okay, cool. I think I'm good. So I'm gonna be messing. You can see these parameters down here at the bottom. That's what I'm gonna be messing with. Let's start at the beginning as well. Cool. Happy with that. Also gonna add, let's see here, a little rev sim.
Rev sim. Works every time.
Reverend symbol.
I would go to his church.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal leader.
Oh yeah.
Woo, epic, as they say. Yeah. We don't need warping on that. That can be a raw audio file there.
Nice. Fuzzy boundaries, as they call it.
What's that?
Fuzzy boundaries. Over the bar line playing, you know?
Oh yeah.
So,
Fuzzy boundaries.
fuzzy boundaries.
I like to live my life. Cool. And you know what? That's such an epic lead-in. I want the hats there. Ooh, what if we had a little pause there or something? No, almost.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Also, what if you? Can I contribute to your move?
Yes.
Can we do like reggae does the one drop? So everything like almost everything on beat one comes out. Like, what if we just have the wah wah coming? But it.
I already had it highlighted in the same boat. I literally had that highlighted to do that. Let's get rid of the bells too on that. Let's see how that sounds. I feel like if it comes in on 4, that might be kind of cool.
Sure. Can you take out the bass too?
Yeah. Good call.
Yeah.
Little
Totally.
whack. Little whacker. I've got the perfect thing. Absolutely gratuitous sample.
Nice.
A cracker, as they call
Oh
it.
hell yeah.
Yeah. Let me get a little reverse clap up in there. This is where I start getting like fun. This is where I love doing this stupid like aux percussion stuff. It's my favorite. Let's slide that a little before the beat. Yep.
Nice.
Something like that. Cool. Actually, I want to like pitch that up. I want a little bit more high frequency oriented. Fun. All right. Let's see what's going on with this. I feel like I'm not hearing the snare. No, I am. It's just light. Okay. Maybe I should just take these down in vol. I'm just gonna slide these over a little bit.
Send it to the Soul Food Horns.
And that's a wrap, folks. Finishing touches. All right. I think that is my move.
Okay.
Got a little ambitious maybe for chess. Don't know how these normally go, but
That's great.
cool.
So you did some moves on the master.
A little bit of automation on the master, some like momentary effects. You know, the little
And some one drop action.
some one drop action and a little bit of aux percussion, some of that like transitional effect stuff that, you know, it's like throwing salt and pepper in the stew.
Hell yeah.
Spices it up. Wouldn't be a complete song without it.
Final move.
Cool.
Just remember, kids, this isn't the ending. It's just the beginning. Right?
Right.
All right. Eno. You're gonna pick for me.
Okay.
Left or right?
Right.
Right. Top, bottom, or middle?
Bottom.
Bottom. Think inside the work, outside the work. The fuck does that mean?
That's incomprehensible. That's so stupid.
Do we get a do-over?
If you want to do over, it's your move. That's hilarious.
Courage.
Is that it?
That's it.
Come on, Brian.
Courage. So I should take like an AC/DC guitar solo over this?
Dude, just be brave. That's all I can say. Just be brave.
All right. I feel like I got to do it. I feel like the fans want to hear me rage.
We need protest lyrics.
We do need protest lyrics.
That kind of brave.
So, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen D'Angelo's band live, but he's got 2 guitarists.
Mm.
He's got Sharkey, Isaiah Sharkey, who also plays with John Mayer, who is like the neo soul guy. He like kind of took the torch from Spanky Alford, who was the original D'Angelo guy, who was like the gospel jazz cat. And then there's the other guy. His name is I'm spacing it, but he like played with Parliament and Funkadelic, and he's like the Hendrix guy. And they never like cross streams. Like they totally know their roles. Like Sharky's not gonna take a shredding solo, If he does, like, he'll take the solo on like the bossa nova number, or he'll play like the neo soul intro, but he's not gonna like put 2 tube screamers on with a phaser and just like, you know what I mean?
That's other homie's job.
Right, that's the other homie's job, and he just like plays like a strat the whole time, and it's just, he's like, you know, like in the middle of a verse, he's just like,
Love that.
I'm gonna be that guy.
Do it.
Something like that.
All right.
The old sound toys. And let's use the phaser.
Ooh, I never use the phaser.
No?
Yeah.
Phaser has a setting with the word disco in it. I feel like you would like it because of that.
You had me.
Not strictly at all right. One more thing, I think we could duplicate this and have the ghetto whistle be either or on the solo section. At least for now. So, all right, so let's check it out from where was the one drop? Let's listen to our work from the one drop.
Okay.
Or from Rev Sim. That's really kind of where we got cooking, right? Dig it.
Sick.
Kind of has a fade out written all over it. You know what I mean?
I was it's funny. I was thinking I was really enjoying the way it ends currently with the
Really?
kick and then the little like Rhodes sample. I mean, I might chop off that Rhodes sample a little bit.
Right.
I respect the fade out though. Don't get me wrong.
Right. When in doubt, dub it out.
Tasty.
My man, this was a super pleasure.
Likewise, Derek. That's how the magic happens, isn't it?
It is. Just got to commit to it.
Exactly. You gotta have courage. That was fun.
So mine was courage. What was yours?
What was mine? Be less critical more often.
Interesting. I feel like yours and mine are very intertwined, compatible.
Mm-hmm.
Have the courage to be less critical.
Right. They're very like far-reaching as well.
Right. That's kind of what the deal with these cards are. Like, let's do this as our final thing. Let's just like pull a couple more and see what happens, you know?
Let's just scroll through them.
Top or bottom? Or middle?
Top.
It's the same one that I got before. Think inside the work, outside the work. Let's go top again. Oh, wait, courage. I guess I've been putting them on the top of that deck. Oh, here's a good one. Listen to the quiet voice. You know, like what's going on in your mix on a subtle level that you could bring to the front or have creatively dictate.
Right.
That's what it means to me. What does it mean to you?
It means listen to the idea that came to you that you immediately kind of shooed away in favor of whatever you're doing. Maybe you pull that back out and give that some credence.
Right. Totally. Yeah, trust your instinct.
Yeah.
You know, that's such a big thing in music production or creativity in general, but especially in music production, is trusting your instinct beyond gigs or trends.
Yeah.
Work opportunities.
Totally.
You know,
it's the biggest thing that I end up working on with my students and also in my own career. I found that's the struggle. It's to trust your instincts.
Right. Exactly. It's so easy to overthink or chase the fire, chasing what's hot.
Right.
You know?
Right outside of yourself.
Yeah. So like, well, my friends got booked for this festival and it's like this sound, so I guess that's what's popping. I guess I'll make that.
Right.
You know?
Which, to be fair, can lead you down some very interesting paths, but
yes.
might not be your own.
Right. Well, that's where I guess the instinct comes in. Because maybe your instinct is to go down that path.
Of course.
You know? There's opportunity and I'm intrinsically interested in this.
There you go.
So, my man, any parting thoughts?
This was fun. I would love to do it again sometime.
Let's do it.
Not on the channel in real life.
Yes, exactly.
Amen.
Well, I'll be there this summer.
Yeah?
In the end of July, so.
Nice.
Hopefully
Nice.
we'll do it again.
Yeah, come on over.
I will, brother. Cool, man. Well, maybe we'll keep working on this tune just sporadically as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's good.
So, I learned a lot from you. I loved it. Lots of great stuff. I love your flow with Simpler and how you're in transient mode or that kind of stuff.
The slicing, yeah.
Slicing, I totally don't work that way, and I could see how that's super beneficial.
It's a lot of fun. You can get some crazy ideas out of just about anything, I think, working that way.
Right.
So, definitely worth trying.
Right. All right, brother.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for having me.
Appreciation. Yeah, we'll do it again soon.
Cool, man. Sounds good.
Peace.